Greetings, royal queens and kings. It's your host, Queen Tulsa. Welcome back to the Queen Tulsa Show. I will be your captain tonight. I'll have a co-captain, but you'll have to stick around and find out who that is. First and foremost, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I need you to press the subscribe button down below. If you're already subscribed to the show, set your notifications to all so that you don't miss any of the hot topics and fire content. And go on and press the like button while you're at it. Queens and kings, on the agenda today: protect my children, protect my kids, protect my babies. I think that's rational for any mother that is out there. Is if anything happened to us, protect our children, right? Well, you have DC Young Fly out here doing the most. Jacky O wants him to protect her babies. Jacky O have one wish. Amy Montana, rest in peace. Jacky O, rest in peace. But DC Young Fly and Aunty Angela, we need to have a conversation. We need to talk. We have a lot to get into. We will be listening to Alexis K. Tyler's reading on June the 5th. She called it before it happened. Well, we've got a lot to get into. Let's get into it.
Anything he want with you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This is the money game.
Scratching and scrambling most of my days to get where I got.
Not sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them.
Now, I eats in the big house kitchen. I got pine boards on the floor of my
If
cabin.
I crumble, my children crumble, my grandchildren crumble.
And it don't take much coughing for the master to make me have a cup of corn whiskey for my medicine.
I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement.
Now that is fine living for a nigga, and I'll be damned if any African Guinea man is gonna make me lose all I've been working for. Now you take my
There are ways to win the war in a different way.
better learn. You best learn or you gonna get the bloody back for sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for bearing with us through that commercial break. And first and foremost, you already know how we have to start the show off with our disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, personal use attempts to balance in favor of fair use. This video was made for entertainment purposes and is transformative in nature. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get our banner up and let's go ahead and dive on over here to YouTube. Okay. And I want you guys to check out the date. Okay. We're all about dates and we're all about receipts, right? So this is Alexis K. Tyler, AKT Celebrity Reach, Jacky O, DC Young Fly, Protect My Babies. This was 1 month ago, right? June the 5th, 2023. Okay. June 5th of 2023. What day was that? Okay, so that was last month. That was on a Monday. Okay. And today's date is July the 13th. Both of the years are 2023. We're still in the 2023 year. Let's go ahead and get into it. Rest in peace to Jacky O, her mother. Let's go.
And I want someone, please, and my students and people that love me and support me, please put my Cash App in the live chat. Hit my Cash App. Make your ass wobbly wobbly, drop low, grab your ankles and make it clap, goddammit. Queen Drip King Nip, Queen Drip King Nip, Queen Drip King Nip. Hi, my sister Lizette. Click like and share and subscribe, please. I want to thank all y'all that love me and support me and have donated and subscribed and pass my videos around and thumbs up the videos. I've been sitting with something and looking up a few things to verify some things I think are quite interesting. When you look at this Jacky O case, and she had plastic surgery in Miami, and I'm going to say allegedly murdered there. She physically died in Miami to go have a mommy makeover, but right now we don't know if the doctor performed the surgery. That's where she took a picture with that doctor. She said she was getting a mommy makeover from him. He had her on his site smiling, saying he's doing the surgery. When she's pronounced dead at the hospital and it gets on the news, he erases her picture. He erases everything about her like he doesn't know her. They're not giving out any information. The police are not giving out any information. They're investigating to see what the fuck happened. I had also said,
All right, we are back. Thank you all. I had to go out the studio, but I am back in. All right, let's do our royal roll call. We have Norris Tony in the building. He says, hey, Tulsa. Hey, how are you? So, ladies and gentlemen, this live reading was on June the 5th of 2023. Okay, so I wanted to play this particular live because what Alexis is going to tell you in this video on June the 5th. Okay, we know what had come out. So June 5th, 2023, we know what had come out in the news on yesterday, all this week, right? We're in July right now. We are in July right now. I really want to point out the fact that this video right here is June the 5th. June the 5th, 2023. Let me go ahead and copy it, the link to this particular video. And I'm going to put it in the comments. If I can get back to the comments. I'm being kicked out. Like, what is going on? Okay. All right, this is the video that I'm referring to. I just put it in the chat. Okay. So let's get into it. June the 5th of 2023.
she told me she could not breathe and she was losing consciousness. She was in and out of consciousness. She was losing oxygen to the brain. Her heart was fluttering and palpitating, beating real fast, going slow, up and down, beating irregular. She showed me a tube in the stomach where I seen this pink looking tissue, this fatty tissue with a little blood in it. So I'm wondering, did she have any stomach work or hip work or lipo or anything to the stomach? Because she kept pointing down, like in the middle of her body, the stomach, around the hip, the legs. She told me she couldn't breathe, and that they gave her another sedative. She couldn't stand up and walk good. And I told her, she said she heard them talking, and she said the doctor left me. So she was in there with other medical personnel. There was men and women. And she said I was moved. I was moved out of there, out of the doctor's office. I moved from one place to another place. And I seen they took her somewhere in a car. And then I seen when she got to the other place, she was laying down, dying and could not get up. Okay. They said that on the news. She did not die in the medical facility where the surgery was done. They took her to a hotel. And so I seen it the next day after I said it. because it wasn't out that night when I was doing the reading. It came out after I did the reading. She had lost consciousness in the hotel. Somebody called, and I know she told me she had a friend that knowed her that was with her, a girl, a black girl was with her. I also seen a guy and a couple of other women. These were older people, so I believe these were medical personnel and people that was at that hotel she was at that knew what was going on, but the girl left the scene. She wouldn't tell. She holding Jacky O's secrets and what the fuck happened and what her role was there, and she took a trip and got the fuck back on. So I wonder, was she from Atlanta with her? Did she travel from Atlanta to Miami? And then
Well, let's talk about it. We do know that there was a woman there with her, per the text message. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about it. Jacky says, somebody says, Jacky says, I'm going out of town. Oh, hold on. Somebody says, I'm going out of town the 29th. Where are you going? Auntie Bob said you were leaving. I will be out of town for my job May 26th through June the 3rd. John has agreed to let my mother keep my kids at his house for them to be closer to the city since City and I will be out of town. Yeah, he gonna have all the kids. I haven't even talked to him. So Jacky said she hadn't even talked to him. I just wanted to give you guys a backstory of what is going on. Let's continue with the live.
and that happened, she want to keep it quiet and keep it hush hush for the family, and don't want to tell the public what happened. So did she ease her ass back up here to Atlanta? Cause somebody was with her. I don't know if you went down there with her or you met her there. But she was not in there, and you know, and I goddamn know, she did not call the hospital her goddamn self because she was laying there dying. Like I told you, that girl was dying. And I wondered, did she have an internal seizure? Because she wasn't getting oxygen to the brain. I did not tell y'all that girl had lost consciousness laying down. And see, now they saying this shit on the news, and they said it at the hospital. When they got her, that girl was unconscious. She was dying, half dead, when she got there, and she told me she was still bleeding. So I wonder, was she internally bleeding, or was this some external as well? Because she keeps seeing me, something was drained out her body. She had some kind of draining tube or something out her body, and she keeps pointing down. So I wonder, was this titties and stomach? Or was she getting like a BBL? Was she getting lipo all around the midsection of her body? The torso area, the sides, the back, to perfect the waist and take it in, and lipo in the stomach, or a little tuck. I'm wondering what she got done, because they won't even tell me that. But she showed me that tube with that pink fatty looking tissue in a tube down in her stomach. See, I'm wondering, was she cut down now, and did they do lipo on her body? I wasn't gonna say nothing about this goddamn shit, because see, it's some men's involved too. There was some men nurses or men medical personnel that was involved in this, and men's working at that hotel where she was at. This is common procedure for people to get surgery, and if they cannot leave the state they get it in, or the country, they have resort type hotels to take care of them and have a nurse there. You pay for that before you get there. You pay to get your treatment, your food, somebody wash you up and change your bandages for you. So that was probably the type of place she was in. However, if the person starts having difficulty, they're supposed to call the doctor. Either the doctor will tell them what's going on if they don't have to go back into the medical treatment center, because they have to go back a day or so after they get the surgery to see the doctor anyway, to check in. So I don't know if she was supposed to see him how many days afterwards. She's supposed to check her, make sure she's okay. And between the medical personnel that she hired, or they have special houses that take care of people down in Miami, they have them here as well. So she clearly was getting, treatment or I don't know if there were nurses there, but somebody was there. She was at a hotel being taken care of. I know she just didn't go to a regular hotel and lay down to rest without having, paying for that service. I would assume that's what she had done. However, who was there did not make sure that they saw in time she was in distress, and have anyone there. There must not have been medical personnel there to treat her and give her what she needed, and then call the doctor immediately, and then call the paramedics, call the hospital to take her into the hospital so the doctor can meet her there. Everybody's hush-hush on this shit, but that's the procedure. So I'm wondering if she was in a special care hotel. Another thing that struck out to me, she was 32 when she physically died. His cousin Erica in 2020 was murdered down here in Atlanta. She was 32. And then there's another guy that on Google it says his brother, but then one of his friends came on my video a couple nights ago and corrected us and said that was not his brother. His brothers are in their 60s, because his daddy had him when he was old. Had DC Young Fly when he was like 60 years old. Said that was a close friend of his. He was assassinated in 2011 in Atlanta. Now I done found 3 people. When I said that, and she makes his girlfriend Jacky, mother's 3 children, makes the 3rd. I told y'all in that reading, I confirmed that. I went and looked for it, that it was other people that done died around him, dealing with Nick Cannon and that goddamn demonic contract where they pick off souls to raise that person up and make them have doing a lot of dirty shit. Okay, what else I noticed? I noticed that I didn't know it until I just checked it. I said, damn, she was murdered on, allegedly, and she was physically pronounced dead May 31st. Do you know that girl Tabby Batty was also shot to death, basically ambushed and assassinated May 31st down here in Atlanta in that black Escalade Uber? They died, physically got their body and died on the same goddamn day. And they both lived in Atlanta. And they both was in entertainment. That's real damn real weird. Then I looked at her again and I seen 2 demons on her. Gemini demons that I seen on Jacky O. One light, one dark, one black, one white, and a checkerboard flow under her feet with a king demon in between it, sitting on a red throne chair in gold, covered in gold. The God of riches that makes you sacrifice something and somebody and give blood. I was surprised to see that, and this thing also had her mind going back and forth, and she had some kind of conflicting issues about love, hate relationship with herself, feeling that she's good enough, then telling herself she's not good enough. These voices in her head telling her this, she's going back and forth, not really being secure in her confidence and her identity and her beauty. And, well, you need to change this, you need to change that. She listens to this demon in her head that she didn't know was a demon. It's like a voice in her head, somebody put it on her, and it connected to her boyfriend. Well, I'm going to change this and I'm going to change that. And, well, I already changed it, but I want to take some more off. Like, she wanted to be perfection and couldn't see there was already nothing wrong with her. I've seen.
Well, let's just take a look at Jacky O on that photo. Compared to her standing up, correct? Look at her. She looks super swole. Right? This reading was done on June the 5th of 2023. Today's date is July the 13th, 2023. The time is 10:33 p.m. Central Time.
It when she was in that video talking, and she's like, all these people keep telling me you're perfect the way you are, you don't need to do this, and you don't need to change that, and you don't need to have surgery. She's like, I already had my breast done, and I'm gonna have it done again. This is my body, and I'm gonna do what I want to do. I can do what I want to do with my body, no matter what y'all say. And I looked, I said, yes, baby, you're right, that's your body. And you do what you want to do with it. And that's when I seen them two demons on her that makes her feel like she's never enough. You always got to compete with the next bitch. I always got to get attention and turn heads. I don't want these women trying to take my man, and I don't want my man wandering off. Then she goes into this other thing. For the past 2 days, and I wanted to make sure that I'm hearing this right. I said, what the fuck? Because first she was crying, and she was just being really sweet and like, my babies, what am I gonna do? She ran to the house, she was watching them, and then she seen something else, the chaos and conflict. I don't want to leave them. I love them. I love my life. I love my family. I don't want this to happen. And she was talking about her mother. She was thinking about her mother. Now I said, which one is this here? If the mother's still alive, because I know they had somebody said that her mother left her, the white mother left her with the black.
Well, let's talk about it. Because her mother has recently come up and, she's not, she's crossed over, right? Rest in peace. When you talk about the family, those that are around her, it really, for me, I don't know. I don't get a good vibe. Like a lot of maliciousness, But I'm not going to take away from this live reading. This live reading Alexis did on Jacky O, DC Young Fly, Protect My Babies. This video was June the 5th, 2023.
Black father, and he raised her and was single, and then eventually.
So far, Alexis has pointed out DC's sister. We all know now that they celebrated after she crossed over. Let's get into it.
They got with another white lady and got married and had more children, and she had a good life with her father and her siblings with the stepmother. And she's talking about her mother. She wants to talk to her mother. She wants to see her mother. So I know which mother. And then she's down here in the house with DC Young Fly. She's checking on the children. It's like, I love my babies. I don't want nobody to hurt them or rape them or abuse them or kill them or separate them. And then she was like, you motherfucker. She started talking to DC Young Fly, you motherfucker. You better not give my children away. Oh, I just got chills. You better not separate my children and give them to that bitch. And I know that you don't want to keep them on your own, and you don't want to take care of them by yourself, but you wasn't with them anyway. I was with them. I loved them. I wanted them. I took care of my babies, but you don't feel like I do. You are not going to stay home with them and take care of them. You don't want to do that. So now you're trying to dump my babies on this bitch. And I said, ooh, who you talking? She said it's somebody in the family that said some slick shit about her and didn't want them together and don't like them. It says other black bitches that don't like her and didn't want her with him, and she got in an argument with bitches about him, threatening her, want to beat her ass and break them up, then want to see her around. I said, what the fuck am I hearing? This girl talk like that. She talks so soft and sweet, but she got a little temper, and she will get crunk with him. And I look, I don't know. This is alleged. I heard this in the spirit. I seen this in the spirit. I'm doing a reading. I don't know why I'm getting this. It's just the right person, but shit. I'm gonna say it anyway because it's been coming to me for a few days. She is angry at DC Young Fly. She's like, you think I don't know that you fucked around on me and you had got high and was hanging with them niggas on that set of that show, and you fucked some bitches on there. You let one of them suck your dick. You think I don't know that? I don't trust you. Y'all don't trust bitches, but I don't trust you. I've been knowing you did that. And all you do is when I confront you about shit, when I don't know where you been or what you did, when you been out of town, and you'll tell me, man, don't start that shit with me. Man, I don't want to hear that shit. And I'm asking them, what did you do and who was you with? You don't ever want to bring me everywhere you go on the show. Bitch, I told you I went with nobody. I didn't do nothing. Don't ask me my motherfucking business. I'm a grown ass man. As long as I take care of you and give you money to pay your bills, I don't have to answer everything that you motherfucking saying to me. And then she's like, yes, you do. You gonna tell me something? Man, I'm out of here. I ain't got time for this shit. So sometimes he would walk off from her and like egg her and put her on punishment and stop speaking to her for a few days or something. Man, you calm down now. You gonna let me in? Can I come back in? And without no drama and shit, I get enough of that on the road and all the shit I have to go through on the road trying to get money and hustle and all the other bullshit I have to go through. I don't want to come home and argue with you and you accusing me of shit. Man, I ain't did nothing and I don't have to sit up here like I'm no fucking bitch and like I'm a child. I gotta explain everything to you and who I was with and what I did and who I talked to and did I fuck this? Somebody suck my dick and all this shit. It's like you too jealous and insecure. And she was like, after he do that to her and won't answer and try to like dominate her and talk her down and make her feel like she dumb or she paranoid or she making up shit that ain't really happening, when she leave him alone, then everything will be chill. So he always want to play these mind games and be disrespectful to her and talk her down like she don't know what the fuck she talking about, and there's certain limits. You will talk about what I do with what I want to talk about, not what you tell me. You don't run me or control me or run nothing. She said sometimes the relationship was volatile like that, and she said he would be abusive, like verbally abusive to her, and then he will also be abusive as far as not always being emotional, like shutting down emotionally, like a narcissist, not giving her attention, not touching her or cuddling with her. She's like, that's more important to me than sex. Is a man love me, he supports me, the way he talks to me, the way he handles me, he believes in me and supports me. And she said, but whenever I would say what he didn't want me to say, which is basically asking him about his business, she says things I did not know about him. She said, but he has a temper. And she said, sometimes I did not trust him who was talking to because he could be sneaky. She said he has a temper. He holds grudges. He's very vindictive. He'll like to pay motherfuckers back because he never forgets shit. Bitches that he done fuck with, and some on black too. It's like a had them freaking or suck they dick, but they, might look a certain way or some will be light skinned or. But then sometimes he deal with a hood bitch. It's like, bitch, you don't tell, I ain't gonna motherfucking tell, but bitch, if you tell, bitch, I know something. So you better keep your motherfucking mouth quiet. And then like he's the type of nigga like this. He done fucked the bitch behind Jacky back. They call themselves gonna say something to Jacky or email or put something in the blog. What the fuck is this bitch talking about? Man, what the fuck is you talking about? I don't know this bitch. I don't even know what the fuck this bitch talking about. This bitch trying to break us up or make you mad and start some shit with me because the bitch probably want to holler at me and I ain't saying nothing. I don't know that motherfucker. But you got to know a nigga because she be over there with y'all and be around them people y'all know and the wild and out said and shit. I done seen the bitch before. Or the bitch told me where you was, and nigga, that's where you was. You was out of town. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Man, I don't want to hear that. Get real animated and talk over it. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I want to hear that shit. Then go behind her back. Tell some of his niggas and his homegirls, man, we was out there the other night. We was out of town. And, we had that party and shit. That fucking skeezer bitch got with that bitch. And, we was all doing, getting high and drinking and chilling and got our dick sucks or whatever, and that was just it, just some groupie hoes. The bitch done put the shit online, man, to tell my motherfucking girl, and now she upset me and questioning me. I said, I ain't no bitch. Look, this we're gonna do, we're gonna get a few bitches to beat that motherfucker ass, because he look like he's also gang affiliated as well. Beat that motherfucker ass. This is what we're gonna do. They're gonna be out there. The next time we go out there around the show, I'm gonna talk to the bitch, act like everything cool. Bitch gonna come outside, come to the event, beat that bitch ass, goddammit. I'm talking about beat that bitch ass real good and hit the bitch in the mouth, because the bitch talk too motherfucking much, goddammit. Then he get home, she call him, you know, somebody jumped me, what the fuck did? Really? I'm sorry to hear that. Bitch, what the fuck? I ain't had nothing to do with that shit, bitch. I wouldn't use it over there. I don't know no bitches out here to do no shit like that. Get them to do that. Buy them one of them damn Caesar pizza, 2 for $5. Get them a few dollars and fly them on back to Atlanta. You know, nobody, how the fuck she gonna know who the fuck it is? Who the fuck she gonna tell? Cause she don't know who the fuck did this shit. They dressed up, they got different wigs and outfits on, hit this bitch in the head, several bitches. Nigga watching out, nigga take them back to their hotel. They get their shit and gone on back on the plane, come back to the ATL. Nobody know nothing about that shit. Bitch, what the fuck is you talking about, bitch? If somebody jumped on you, you probably told some other nigga went and found his bitch and told some other shit and started some shit with somebody else, bitch. That's clearly what you do, bitch. Because you try to do it to me. You talk to motherfucking much, bitch. I ain't do that shit. Bitch, you did that shit yourself. It's just like, I don't know why I'm seeing this shit. But for some reason, I'm seeing this nigga. It's like this. Two-faced like this. And sneaky. Or be out laughing, talking, act like everything funny is a joke. But really inside, this nigga cold-blooded as fuck. Real serious with that side. That's another side of him. He's like the Joker. I like the clown. No laughing, no joking and shit. Oh, the nigga said, what? You know what? Okay. See, this is what we're going to do. Because he can be vicious, but you would never suspect that shit. She's seen all sides of him. How sneaky. He real fucking sneaky, goddammit. And she didn't hold shit, but then want to keep up what the fuck she doing and make sure she can't get out here and do nothing and around her. And then she said sometimes he would make her feel, I don't know if this nigga like directly put her down or, you know, I can get this bitch and I can be, and I understand he can, not because he fine, but because of who you are, what you know, and the people you hang around, your status and shit. They're just trying to get some money or baby come up off of you. That's what that is. She knows that, but good looking women are down a dozen. But it was something special about her. Beautiful heart, beautiful soul, really sweet, really humble. I could tell that. Not conceited, because she was even talking about when they got together around 2015, 16, people said they got with him for money. She said he didn't have no money. He was standing there, group couldn't pay no bills. She said they lived in not a hotel, but a motel where it was stinking in there. It was real nasty. They lived with some of his relatives. He didn't have nothing, struggling. And she was still there with him. She wanted him and wanted to be with him. He really didn't have much, even though we know him out here all these years, bring that ass here, boy, and cracking jokes and doing skits. Over 15 years ago when I came out, he was out. And I was surprised to know, damn, 2015, 16, the nigga still really didn't have nothing out of all the work he had done. And so when I saw that, I was like, damn, she must really like him. Because she was with him and was saying they had to go to place, room to room, family member's house and shit. And she's right there up on him, and she could have anybody she wanted. But yeah, she's stuck in there with him. So I know that she had not done anything to him to make him mistreat her or do her like that. It's clearly something restless about him. And he got a demon on him. I seen them two she got. They come from her fucking him. And having children with him, the contracts he signed and the contract she signed with Wild and Out, even though she wasn't with them no more. But you don't understand, them actors and comedians and all that, them companies own them. They get a piece of their soul and their blood oaths with the demons that control them and give them power and make them multi-billion-dollar conglomerates and corporations. Then she throwed up that rock symbol sign, like what Jay-Z throw up, but she showed me Nickelodeon. So I wonder, what does Nickelodeon have to do with Wild and Out and Nick Cannon? So that's his show. Is it associated with Nickelodeon? Is it under Nickelodeon? Because she said it's a demonic sex trafficking and child sex trafficking organization. It's some type of symbol she showed me that Nickelodeon have. She said, and she's mentioned Starbucks, a clothing company, and then, you know, those companies have insurance on those actors and comedians and rappers and singers. They have a lot of money invested in them, and it's like they belong to them. Literally, their life belongs to them. And they all have a demon associated with each person. So she was on there. They got on her through being on that show. Even though she's not an evil person, in some ways, she told me she might have compromised herself sexually, because people want to sleep with her. But then it says, you know, on her biography or something I read, it says she only been with 3 men. Only dated 3 men. But she said on that show, she was compromised. And like somebody might have tried to force her to do some things she didn't want to do. She didn't do a lot of things, is not what I'm saying. She didn't do a lot of filthy things. But she might have dealt with someone on there where people want to manipulate and control her. You know how women run to people that want to manipulate them and control them, especially if they're pretty or own them. I don't know the details. If y'all can tell me, let me know. I'll know why she don't work there no more with Wild and Out. But she said it was some situations and people that made her feel very uncomfortable. And to go higher, it was things she didn't want to do. And she saw the other girls doing, and she didn't trust them around her man. And she said she knows how he's been weak and compromised because he had self-esteem issues and he liked women in his face, and said he's a sex addict. And he might have wanted her to do group sex, or he's participated in it. And she said she didn't want to do that, but he has been there. And she said because he's had a wild lifestyle, she didn't trust him. And she would sneak. She was very smart. So she would sneak and check on him for what she could check on, but then he shut down a lot of access to every part of his life when he was away from her, so that she didn't know. She said sometimes she done caught him lying, like caught him in lies. So I'm looking at this, but I'm looking at these 2 demons on her. Sometimes she could be really calm, and then the other time she'll be very defiant. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to get these surgeries. I don't care what y'all think. I don't care what y'all say. This is me. This is my body. This is my life. And she's absolutely right. However, it looked like because she clearly did not check the footwork of this surgeon, and she didn't get anybody else to check his background. She walked into a slaughter because the demons were on her. And the delusion and this illusion in her head. I need to get this. I need to get that. She said, I'm going to continue to tweak in her mind. And I understand that. When you're in the public eye and people were attacking her and people were blaming her, I don't blame her. You're in the public eye. So you have to have everything tight and on point. And if it's not, and you're selling health, you're selling beauty, you're in the movies, you're acting, she's getting ready to do some new roles, she's getting ready to do some new projects, and she's a star and center of attention. Right here, she's got the world by the tail. Everything's going her way. She's going to jump up in her career. That's what I'm seeing with her, and even the children. I think one of the girls, that maybe the oldest girl, she's worried about that one the most. There's something about that girl that's special. and the girl might be gifted or something, very talented, the oldest, the big girl. And that's what she was looking forward to. So you have to get your maintenance, you have to get your surgeries, unless you just are already perfect, you don't need anything done, and basically your exercise can fix it, and regular, treatments and spa therapy or something. But if you had children or something else happen, you want to have that thing of your body like it was. And I saw a video where she said, I want my body like it was before I got pregnant the first time. And then her hormones are out of whack. Unless she was replacing all the nutrients and the vitamin and minerals you're deficient. When you have all those babies back to back like that, her body still hadn't healed from childbirth. It had only been a year, and her body was very delicate and sensitive. I don't believe she had any diseases. She was not sick. But you have to have a doctor that is mindful of those things, that are also holistic, as well as a medical doctor, and one that doesn't have a history of botching people. So what I'm saying here, it looked like on the doctor, I saw an entity on him. And when I looked at her boyfriend, I had said the other day, it was like a Donald Duck type of entity. And when I said that, that's somebody that's laughing and cracking jokes all the time to disarm you. So you would think they don't do anything bad or wrong or hold grudge. They're not violent. But then on the other side, I saw a gremlin on him. From that movie Gremlin, it's a gremlin that's on her boyfriend, DC Young Fly, where he has different entities on him and personality, because he done took the oath. Even if he doesn't directly do it, he hang with Nick Cannon and them people like that, they done sold out. They some house niggas, some bitch ass niggas. And he done indirect sold his soul. It's a reason, like I said, I wonder what the reason that girl don't work for Wild Out no more, because they probably didn't fire her. I wonder what happened to make her not want to be back in that energy with her man anymore, because at the same time, a part of her was kind of paranoid about him and the women that would be around him. She felt like somebody was always trying to take her man. But when she went down there, this other type of dark entity, a demonic entity that gets on that doctor and talk to that doctor. When you operate on certain people, that entity on him like blood. And they literally suck the soul out of some people. They do them surgeries on, and they get out of there and they are never the same, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, because he do a type of witch doctor type of work where you are like stealing souls and selling souls, or you might take the soul of the person and then replace it with something else, and the person's not stable and their body fucked up. Oh boy, that's a deeper story. This man is heavily into Haitian voodoo. And he's protected by those spirits because he do what they tell him to do. And he has a very, very powerful spiritual leader over him. He's figured out now how to get out of this shit. That's why he's not saying anything public, talking to his attorney, talking to his advisor, their whole team coming up with lies they're going to tell to cover them and get out of this shit here. Or seeking to get out of it without permanently losing his license. I'm going to take a break right now. I think I said enough to start with. You want me to come back and tell you more? Hit my cash up, make it goddamn it clap.
There we go. All right. So I'm a little curious, guys. What do you guys think? This live was on June the 3rd. And the details that we have recently heard about something going down. Jacky O, the homicide, has picked this case up. This was a homicide. This was something more, in my opinion, than an accident. it's given, it was definitely a setup. When I look at this photo, okay, so looking at her nose from this angle, right? Because on the Paperworks channel, Israel stated that he attended the funeral. He got to see an up-close view of Jacky O, right? And he said that it looked like she had been beaten up. Said that she looked swollen. Because she had a thin face. Well, you know, she wasn't, you know. It's a lot, guys. I'm going to drop the link. I want to get your thoughts. What are your thoughts? You heard the live. You heard Alexis K. Tyler drop this information on June the 5th of 2023. Today is July the 13th, going into July the 14th. You guys let me know what you think. Anybody want to come up? We'll go ahead and drop the link. If you like to come up, sound off, give you your opinion or give your thoughts or, you know, your angle of what you think happened. All right. Well, until next time, I am going to head on out, but I will drop the link once again, and it should be placed in the description. Give me 1 second. I'm going to drop the link, and that way you guys can go over and hear the video on Alexis K. Tyler's channel from start to finish. Okay, so, and then it's also in the description if you guys are the replay gang. All right, you guys, have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys back tomorrow. It's been great. It's been, I won't complain, you know? So with that being said, so long.
Anything he want with you, ain't nothing you can do
The
about it.
money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This is the money game.
Scratching and scrambling most of my days to get where I got.
Not sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them.
Now, I eats in the big house kitchen. I got pine boards on the floor of my
If
cabin.
I crumble, my children crumble, my grandchildren crumble.
And it don't take much coughing for the master to make me have a cup of corn whiskey for my medicine.
I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement.
Now that is fine living for a nigga, and I'll be damned if any African Guinea man is gonna make me lose all I've been working for. Now you take my
There are ways to win the war in a different way.
better learn. You best learn or you gonna get the bloody back for sure.